Hi guys, how are you? So I'm gonna try to do a brief video with the theme of maladaptive behavior. So maladaptive behavior is a behavior that we will develop after a time with situations that we believe that they are too much for us to handle, or situations that will cause us anxiety, fear, or even pain, and we will develop coping mechanisms or coping strategies that they are whether harmful to oneself. So that's why you call maladaptive behavior. It's a behavior that was not well adapted to the situation that we feel that is too much for us to deal with. Along with a maladaptive behavior, there is something that happens, which is the body will build balance with this maladaptive behavior, and that's why with time we become codependent somewhat with these maladaptive behaviors, and sometimes and with time we really become addictive with these maladaptive behaviors. So it's very important that we pay attention in the patterns that we develop. One example of maladaptive behavior is when, for example, someone feels pain or feels that they are, suffering. They will try to cope drinking, and they will try to numb that feeling. That's what we call maladaptive behavior. Or you will use drugs, alcohol, or any kind of behavior that is a compensatory behavior for you to feel a balance, for your body to create that homeostasis, the natural balance of the body. But as I said, with time, the body will create the homeostasis with that poor behavior that will be associated with that situation that you believe that you could not cope with. I know that's a lot of things to understand, but bear with me. Let's go back to the first situation, which is imagine that it's a situation that you believe you cannot cope with, okay? And then you will develop a strategy or a coping a behavior to cope with that situation that for you believe is too harmful, and then you will use alcohol, for example, to numb the feeling or the anxiety, for example, emotion that situation that you believe that you are not able to cope with triggered within you. And with time we will create a maladaptive connection or association to that situation. So usually when that situation happens, our body will create a urge, for us to drink again, or for us to use something, or for you to work out so much many days of the week because you believe you cannot handle that anxiety. This is also a maladaptive way of behavior. It's very important that we allow our body to balance back, to bounce back and to balance back with less dopamine, okay? Because when we create the maladaptive behavior, we create somewhat a high of dopamine in our body, which is the hormone or the chemical of pleasure, and then we believe or we feel as if we cannot let go of the maladaptive behavior or of the coping, the self-harm coping way that we created. So with time, I tell clients it's very important that we will need to feel bothered, or we will need to feel as if we are gonna to feel the most anxiety as the more anxiety as possible. We will need to feel that anxiety in order for your body to adapt again with that quantity of anxiety, so you don't need to numb it with a behavior that is a poor behavior. So little by little your body will need to go through the bothersome, or feeling bored, or feeling even afraid, or feeling anxious, until it regulate the dosage that is dispended in the body of dopamine. So then you will not need to go and to utilize elements from the outside to compensate that fear, okay? So it's almost a process of detoxing that you will need. It's a detoxing of the dopamine. It's a dopamine detoxing that you will need to do with time. And all this is very important to try to look for a mental health counselor and have, you know, someone. It's so much more easy to have, you know, a professional help you to go through all this period of creating endurance and adaptability and conditioning your body back to that quantity of dopamine into the right homeostasis, and finding new ways to cope with situations that for you think is too much. It's so important that you find someone to a professional to help you with all this journey, okay? And also is possible. Sometimes we believe that is not possible, that we will let go of these maladaptive behaviors because they really work, right? When it happens, they really work. When we maintain only behaviors that they are working for us, but we need to see if they are working for us short term or long term, or if they are more hurting us than working for us, okay? So I'm gonna to hurry up because I have a session at 6:30 today, and I hope that you guys feel in peace this week, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.